I grew up in the mountains, and we always had horses to sort of do the cattle work and stuff like that. So I always grew up around horses, and when I left school I really wanted to work with them. I wanted to be a dressage rider, wanted to go to the Olympics like every aspiring young rider like myself, and it's just racehorses has been a good good industry to work with, generate a little bit of money and be able to make a living out of as well, because make a living out of dressage horses is quite hard. And so I've always sort of done dressage on the side, and I've had a couple good horses over the years. The highest levels or the hardest sort of movements is piaffe. Piaffe is where they trot on the spot, and then passage is where they do like a bit of a slow-mo trot, and they're sort of the two hardest sort of movements. And then in the canter work you have your canter pirouettes. You can do single pirouettes or double canter pirouettes, and then you got tempi changes and so on and so forth. With the thoroughbreds, what I do with them is working with them. I try to adopt those types of things when breaking in and pre-training the horses. Dressage is all about building strength and confidence and understanding. So that's one thing I really am very pedantic about with my breakers and pre-trainers, is that they're working correctly and the anatomy of the horse and building up muscle in the right areas so that they can put that onto the racetrack and get more success, really. So some of the horses I've been involved in the educational process over the years, one being Seabrook. She was a Group 1 winning 2-year-old.
And Seabrook goes on to win it.
And another one is Shout the Bar for Gain Adrian. She had 2 Group 1 wins.
Shout the Bar goes on to win the Vinery.
And recent graduates from the sale is Lightsaber and Gunstock, who I worked with just briefly after they left and were sold here at the sale.
And Gunstock switched off near the line, is going to win the Coonji easily.
So what I've bought from my background in dressage and is just all the 1%ers and preparing them, making sure that they're working and building up strength in a way that the horses are nice and confident, they're very understanding of the riders, and that the main aim is that they go on and be successful. Well, flat work is basically the basics of all training, or all equestrian sports really. So, when they're working on the flat, they're using different muscle groups to what they would usually use on a racetrack. They can learn to switch off, they can learn to relax, they can build up confidence, and keep them mentally fresh and happy in the mind. So a couple of highlights for me in the draft would be the Exceedance Able Colt. He was exceptional to break in, and he's just one that's just really, really improved and breezed up in real stylish sort of fashion, and he's just a stunning horse. And also the Autumn Sun Lady Shell Colt. He's just been one of the standouts for me from day dot, and he's just a lovely horse to work with, moves really nicely, great attitude. He's a horse that also essentially run over 2,000 metres, and I was just really happy to see he still had that bit of speed and bit of sharpness, that he breezed up nice and in good time. So very recently I got back into riding dressage. I stopped when I went to work for Gain Adrian, but in the last 6 months or so I got back into it. We probably start competing again in the next few months, and I've got a few horses knocking on FEI level and that I'm really excited about.
So look out for you in the show ring as well as the racetrack.
Hell yeah.